Hello everyone, this is Maki. The premiere of the GQuuuuuuX TV anime is slowly approaching. Today, I'd like to analyze the contents of the entrance bonus that was distributed in theaters in Japan. Let's take a look at the roles that the mobile suits that appeared in the story were created to fulfill. Please pay attention. Today I'm going to talk a lot about spoilers for GQuuuuuuX beginning. If you want to enjoy the story without any prior information, please watch this program after you've seen the movie. Alright, are you ready? Let's start the analysis. Today's analysis focuses on the Guncanon. In first Gundam, it was a mobile suit developed at the same time as the Gundam. In GQuuuuuuX beginning, it fought against the Gundam piloted, but Sharon was defeated. Towards the end of the war with the Zeon forces, a version of the Guncanon with some of its equipment removed and redesigned for close combat. With mobile suits, the light-type Guncanon was used on the battlefield as a mass-produced mobile suit for the Earth's Federation forces. The theater admission bonus includes the original design documents for the Guncanon. Keep in mind that since this is an early design, there may be differences from the final settings that will be announced later. So, what kind of existence was the Guncanon designed to be? Next to an illustration is a comment from the designer, Mr. Ikuto Yamashita. A heavily armored mobile suit made of lunar titanium alloy. Its defense against enemy attacks exceeds that of the Gundam. However, its mobility is less than that of the Gundam. If it were to be mass-produced, the cost would probably exceed that of the Gundam. It's a mobile suit of questionable value from a military utility standpoint. That's quite a fascinating passage. The term lunar titanium alloy appeared. This is the name of a metal that also exists in the original Universal Century timeline. It's the material that would later become known as Gundam alloy. Interestingly, this term never actually appeared in the first Gundam TV anime. Because it is a rather obscure piece of lore, there are some people who are either unfamiliar with it, or take the stance that since it didn't appear in the TV anime, it shouldn't be considered official canon. Mr. Yamashita decided to incorporate the concept of the lunar titanium alloy into the world of GQuuuuuuX. There's also a scene in GQuuuuuuX beginning where the name of the company Zeonic appears in the mobile suit software interface. Zeonic Corporation is another term that never appeared in the first Gundam anime. From the use of the term lunar titanium alloy alone, we can sense a willingness to actively adopt settings and terminology that originated in spin-off material. On the other hand, the Zoku that appears in GQuuuuuuX is referred to simply as Zoku, not Zoku 2. The term Zoku 2 was never used in the first Gundam TV anime. It was a term that came later through publications that were released sometime after the anime aired. Because of this, some die-hard fans of first Gundam have strong opinions like calling a Zoku 2 is unforgivable. In the world of GQuuuuuuX, the older model Zokus are called Zero Zoku. We haven't seen what the Zero Zoku looks like yet, but the term Zero Zoku appears in the booklet for beginning. It's a good example of how GQuuuuuuX incorporates concepts created after the original anime, while still showing deep respect for the first Gundam TV series. The point about the Guncanon's somewhat questionable military utility is also quite intriguing. What kind of image do you have of the Guncanon from first Gundam? A lot of people probably think of it as a mid-range support mobile suit designed to fight in coordination with the Gundam. This interpretation comes mainly from the lore created by Gunpre and related media. Mr. Yamashita seems to have taken a different approach, presenting the Guncanon as one of the prototype mobile suits created in the process of developing the Gundam. This idea is reflected in the statement about its questionable military use. If its main role was to support fire, then the Guncanon wouldn't be considered a weak mobile suit at all. In fact, in first Gundam, the Guncanon played a very active role throughout the series. But how did it fare in GQuuuuuuX's beginning? Its shoulder-mounted beam cannons are extremely powerful, but it wasn't able to hit Denham's Doku. Worse, the beam cannons required a cooldown period after firing, creating an opening for Shah's Gundam to cross in. And in the end, it was defeated. It seems that in the world of GQuuuuuuX, the Guncanon served as an experimental unit for equipping mobile suits with beam weapons. Finally, let's take a look at this oddly shaped fighter. Its name is Light Armor. It resembles the G armor that appeared in first Gundam. Let's look at Mr. Yamashita's comments. The Guncanon is expected to weigh about twice as much as a Gundam. The light armor was developed to allow the Guncanon to be quickly deployed on the battlefield. Compared to the G armor, it's larger in size because it's specially designed to accommodate the Guncanon. The main difference between the G armor and the light armor is in their roles. The G armor is a high-speed combat form. The light armor, on the other hand, is a lifter designed to carry heavily equipped mobile suits into battle. It functions like an aerial crane. It cannot transform or combine in the air. The Guncanon is loaded in a prone position. The shoulder-mounted beam cannons can be used as light armor weapons. It's certainly an intriguing piece of hardware. There's another unique form of light armor that was revealed. It's called the mobile light armor. Surprisingly, it has leg-like parts. These aren't the legs of the Guncanon. This is an aircraft that looks savory like it has legs growing out of it. At this point, it's completely unknown if the light armor will appear in the GQuuuuuuX anime. However, we do know that Mr. Yamashita was asked to design a transforming fighter. So it's probably safe to hope that we'll see some cool, uniquely shaped mecha in the series. Let's look forward to seeing more of the Guncanon and light armor in the future. Thanks for watching until the end. See you next time on the show.